I never thought I would be making this video with you guys today. And today it's time to address the rumors that have been going around about me. And those rumors are true. Yes, it's true that I am no longer in a relationship with the Blade V9. And today I'm going to tell you guys why and why it's catastrophic. Before we get into all this stuff about the Blade, let's talk about why I chose this racket in the first place. We rewind back to summer. This racket was a racket that I had loved and felt it gave me a feeling on the court like no other. It's super connected to the ball, great touch and feel. Really this total package that made me love playing tennis. It was so much fun to play tennis. This racket, it felt like a cheat code at times, just to the point where it felt you had so much sensation on the ball when making contact, and I had never felt that with any other racket. So that's why I switched to the Blade back in the summer. So really, switched to this racket, went out and won some tournaments. I talked about this in the video, continued to play very well with this racket right through the end of the summer. Won some more doubles events that I'd never won before. So I was really happy with how this racket performed for me on court. But halfway through the summer, this racket started giving me some pain. And it was not your typical shoulder, elbow pain. It was giving me wrist pain. And at first I was like, there's no way a racket is giving me wrist pain. I am a strong individual. I am a fit individual. I take care of my body. There should be no... As much as rackets and strings can have a factor, I told myself there is no way a racket and a string can affect a part of my body. I was getting some pain on the inside of my wrist. So what did I do? I was like, you know what? I give up. It's my fault. I'm weak in my wrist. I need to strengthen my wrist. So I went to Physio, did all the things a normal tennis player would, and came back and started feeling not too bad, but then wrist pain kept coming back, and it kept getting worse and worse to the point where I was gearing up for tournaments and I felt like I was going to need to pull out days prior. Now this was a pain that was quite painful. It was right on impact. As soon as the racket would come through, boom, pain. Every time I would hit a forehand serve or a volley, I would get this pain. So take a couple days off during the week, no issues, and this pain just kept on returning. Now I tinkered around, I played with other rackets. You guys know that I get to bring on lots of rackets on the channel. Play with other rackets. No pain. Now isn't that strange? So this was the absolute breaking point for me. I had realized that this had become a racket issue in itself. I was like, okay, it's definitely the racket. Maybe it's time to throw different strings in there. I put a bunch of different strings, soft strings, stiffer strings, different tensions, really low tensions, and still had the pain. And this was with all three of my Blade rackets. I ended up putting leather grips. I was tinkering with my Blade right up until the end and mid of September, if you believe it or not. And then I said, I am done. I can't use this racket anymore. It was getting to a point where I literally could not play tennis when I was playing with this racket. Now, I'm not making any of this stuff up. I wouldn't be making this video. So the Blade had brought me so much joy in the tennis court. I was playing so well, and then all of a sudden it was bringing me so much pain mentally and physically. First of all, I'm not sure if anybody else has ever experienced this that's watching this video. I have talked to quite a few people now that had experienced this with the Blade in the last couple years. People that are close to me said they actually got wrist pain, not necessarily a couple people in the same spot, other people, other areas of the wrist. Not sure why. Really not sure. This is the first time I've ever seen a racket do something particular to a body part of mine that affects my tennis. Really interesting. Looking back, I'm disappointed. I'm happy. It's definitely bittersweet. And I know there's going to be people on the channel that's like, oh, this guy's switching rackets. I didn't want to leave this racket. This racket was home for me. If you guys watch this video, about me switching the blade. You will see how excited I am about this racket. It is so good. The racket is so good. It does play so well, but it really is bittersweet because it ended up giving me a lot of pain. And I never want to play tennis with pain, okay? I don't want it to be related to a racket whatsoever. People that are going to come in here and say, try natural gut, try this string, it was really good, put this grip on it, put this dampener. Listen, I tried everything, okay? I tried everything, nothing worked, still got wrist pain, okay? Was horrible. Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet because I played actually some of the best tennis of my life this summer. Like I said, I won back-to-back tournaments. In both singles and doubles. I was happy with my level. I was competing well. I was having fun on the tennis court for the most part. There's other videos where I talk about that. But yeah, it's definitely bittersweet for me because this racket had performed so well for me and I performed well with it and it brought me a lot of pain. So that's where we are with the blade, guys. But maybe this is the turning point because if you guys know, Karue has a theory about the blade.
You know who's making just terrible rackets? It's Jody's Wilson. Like, God, I don't understand how people can play with the blade. The blade might be like the worst racket. Think about.
I don't even play the blade. I don't even play the blade.
I know you
play pro staff guy.
You play pro staff. You play pro staff. But I'm saying, like, look at all the players that switch away from the blade and how immediately they get better. Immediately.
Everybody that leaves the blade instantly starts playing better. So I've left the blade. Maybe when I return to competition, I will play even better than I was with the blade. We'll see. That is his theory, at least. So far, he's pretty bang on, I would have to say. You have Lerner Teen, Madison Keys, go out. They played some good tennis post-blade era for them. So we'll see. Not going to share exactly what I'm using right now, because the racket I've been using right now, I do love it, but it's... You never know. You never know, right? I'm lucky I get rackets all the time on the channel, so it's not like I'm really wanting to make any announcements or whatever. I also feel like it's just not that big of a deal, but I wanted to tell people why I left the blade because I really loved it, but it did hurt me. So I guess with that, thank you to the blade, but also you suck because you hurt my arm, but you made me play good tennis and you helped me play some good tennis, so goodbye to the blade. Probably won't return to that racket ever again because I officially am afraid of this racket because it gave me wrist pain. So if the blade is right here, I'm literally tossing it away. Maybe it's for somebody else, but it's clearly not for me anymore. So when the time is right, maybe I'll share what I'm using, or you can just keep asking questions and maybe, just maybe, I'll tell you in a comment one day. Or I'll make a video about it, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm lucky to have rackets on the channel. Maybe I'll tell you what I'm using one of these days, maybe I won't. But for now, see you later, blade, and see you guys later. See you in the next one.